Hi, this is part 2 of the Ampex VR-1200B Restore and Adjust. Part 2. Well, it was a nice Southern California day, so I took the upper portion of the console outside to hose it off. This kind of gives me a head start in getting it clean, getting most of the dirt off with the water. This also tends to soften the dirt so that the chemicals can work a little bit better. Here's the upper portion of the VTR. It got pretty dirty because of the heat rising and leaving from those slots. And here's just an example of some of the dirt. And we'll speed it up 1,000 times so we can get it done a little quicker. I like to use Fantastic Clean and Shine. It removes a lot of the dirt and leaves a nice shine behind. And of course we have to get inside each of the crevices here. That's where a lot of the dirt hides. And here's the upper portion of one of the metal pieces that looks pretty good. Now let's remove the shroud around the tape transport area. One big screw and it lifts off. And see a lot of tape bits down here that was kind of hidden by the cover. We need to remove those because those tend to hold moisture, and of course moisture leads to rust. But of course just using the vacuum cleaner is not enough. We actually have to scrape it off because of the years the moisture has dried the tape bits to the machine. I found that a little single edge razor blade works the best. And then we use a magic cloth from Mr. Clean. These vertical lines are actually scratches in the paint. So unfortunately I won't be able to remove them totally, but I will get all the dirt off. Again, here's some more tape bits that they really stick to the paint. You really do need to scrape them off. You can't wipe them off with anything. Here's an example of the filter underneath the machine that was quite clogged. And this is what it looks like after a couple of cycles of the dishwasher. Here's a band around the take-up reel motor. That got pretty dirty, so I'm going to take that off and give it a good cleaning and see if I can save the paint so I don't have to repaint the thing. And now I want to remove the rubber pad that's on the take-up reel. Over time, these get kind of sticky and can get kind of messy. So I did have some brand new replacements, and I will peel this off and put a brand new one on. I also want to clean up the inside of the hub. And that's a little bit of a Teflon washer to make make it a little bit easier to turn the knob. So let me take this totally off. I'll unscrew it completely. And remove the springs and these plastic pieces that actually grip the tape, grip the hub of the tape. And this is an example of a of a hub that hasn't been cleaned in 30 years, maybe 40. You can see just by putting it in water and soaking it, a lot of the dirt is just floating away. It was pretty dirty. That gives you a good example, some of the dirt moving away. We put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, and that certainly helps get it clean like this. Some of the areas are still dirty, and about the only way to get them clean is to use a little tiny toothpick and actually get into the grooves. Here is another thing we want to keep clean with a chemical. Here's an example of shiny on the top and unshiny on the bottom. You can see here how bad the corrosion is on some of these contacts. I've used an eraser to clean the upper part, and you can see the lower part is still dirty. After it's clean, we use the deoxit red to clean it some more, to chemically clean it. And then a lot of times the yellow solution, the gold solution, to protect it some more. Here's a fast speed up of that guard around the take-up reel, trying to get it clean. And a lot of times we just have to scrape things off because they get so dirty. So this is another area to clean right around where the little guard was. That magic eraser by Mr. Clean works pretty good. There's no chemicals there, just the Mr. Clean magic eraser. And there I've removed most of the adhesive, so that's ready to be put back together. Let's take the control panel off. That is done by loosening 2 thumb screws, one on each side, and then disconnecting all of the cables. The cables are already disconnected here, so we'll be able to lift off the control panel. And yep, tape bits everywhere. Again, trying to remove those, so we don't want them to capture moisture. Here are some of the lights, little cartridge lights in the control panel, and they look like this. That band on the right fits over the cartridge, so it holds it in place. These are the buttons for the transport controls. The play button's on the right, stop button is below, but you see how that plastic's broken on the right, the white portion? That won't grip onto the plug anymore, but I found a way to use these plugs on some newer switches, and they hold in just fine. And here's the completed control panel. Thanks for watching part 2. Part 3 coming up.